Okay, so when you're just starting out as a video editor, improving is pretty straightforward. You can tell that you're getting better with every single video you edit, which is why you just edit a video and on the next one you're gonna be way better. Problem is, this all changes when you are past beginner stages. When you've been editing for some time, maybe even up to a year, you already take video editing seriously, you've edited a fair amount of videos, you've already landed your couple of clients, and you maybe even hit 1K per month. At that stage, honestly, you're not a beginner anymore, and eventually this strategy of just show up and improve is gonna stop working. You reach a level where you already have a bit of your own style, you already have a way you do things, your own workflow, how you like to edit. And what happens is, for the sake of meeting deadlines for your clients, or maybe just not wanting to spend that much time editing, you end up sticking to that workflow or whatever, just the way you do things. You stop experimenting, which is why your career, your editing business, can stagnate pretty badly, as well as your income. I would say there are lots of video editors that are stuck at 500, maybe 1.5K per month, just because of this exact reason. They just default to their way of doing things. Their income is not growing, their skill is not growing, they can't land better clients, and eventually they honestly just quit. It's a honestly logical thing to do. So I just wanted to record this video to explain how I myself overcame this challenge of not being able to improve. And right now I'm at the point where I'm getting paid up to $2,500 per single video on a consistent basis. For those videos, I'm not getting revisions from my clients. I've already hit a couple of 10K months with editing. And the best part, honestly, is that the videos that I'm editing, they're actually doing well on YouTube. The most kind of recent success is this video, which is literally popping off in real time. It has 14 times more views than usual, which is crazy. So yeah, in this video, I'm just gonna share both the strategy, the mindset, and the actual tactics you can do to avoid this trap of, I would say, 500 to 1.5K per month. As a video editor, you just stop improving. First of all, the thing that I really want to start out with is, you for sure heard this saying that to master anything, you need to spend 10,000 hours doing it. And I've recently was listening to a podcast, and actually there was this really good idea that this saying might not be exactly true. It's more like not 10,000 hours, but 10,000 corrected errors in that specific field. So in our case, it's obviously video editing. We're trying to master it to, make more money and edit better videos. And for you to become really good at it, it's not about the amount of hours you spend, but about the feedback that you get. So you edit a video and then you get some kind of reinforcement, which we're going to talk about later in the video. It can be from you yourself, from your client, or from someone else. And then you improve based on that feedback. So on the next video you edit, you do something differently. That's the main thing, not just defaulting to the way you always do things, but actually changing stuff up. And that's what makes you improve, and that's what makes you master anything eventually. 10,000 corrected errors, just like that. So basically, what you need to do is you just need to find a way to find those errors in your current editing, in your current workflow. It can be anything from the drop shadow preset that you're using that might not be that good, to the way how you integrate Premiere and After Effects. That way might just be not optimal, and you might be wasting tons of time. This is the exact reasons that just showing up at certain points stops working, because you have already a way, as I said, you do things, but it might not necessarily be the best. And what you need to do, instead of just showing up, you need showing up with intention, or deliberate practice, as it's called. It's basically when you not only just do the thing, but you have an idea of what you're gonna do differently this time. This is called deliberate practice, and that's essentially how you improve at anything. And before we get into the tactics of how you can actually use this deliberate practice to get feedback from yourself or other people on your edits, let's talk about the mindset, because I think without the mindset, this stuff really won't work. And the mindset is what's holding a lot of editors back in this exact trap that they're in. Because really the mindset that they have is that they think that they already know everything and they have nothing else to learn. They already know how to edit a solid video. And again, the main thing is that they just already have their workflow, they already have their style, they already have the way of editing videos. So they aren't necessarily looking for something better, for something more efficient, or for something more effective, which is the main problem. They don't have this student mindset, which honestly is holding them back a lot. Because when you don't have the student mindset, what happens is you submit a video to the client that you're currently working on for him to do revisions on it. And the video can be improved. Every video can be improved. It's pretty obvious. And this is why revisions are there. Revisions are not fun to do, trust me. If your client didn't have to do these revisions, they wouldn't. They would just prefer to have these 2 hours saved for their life, for them to do other stuff. But because the video that you submitted can be improved, they have to sit down, spend these 2 hours to review the video, to make it better, to make it actually good to publish on YouTube, on their channel. But what happens is, because the editor doesn't have the student mindset, obviously they're gonna implement the revisions just because, for them, in order to get paid, but they aren't really gonna learn from them. They're just gonna be thinking that the way I do things and the way I know stuff is the way. So, these revisions is just the client being annoying, whatever. I'm just gonna do this round of revisions, phone the video in, and then just on to the next one. Trust me, this is what happens with 97% of editors, but the revisions from the client, personally, in my opinion, in my journey, this has been one of the biggest drivers of my improvement. Just because genuinely, your client knows better. Think about it. When you edit a video, you edit it for the viewer. All the work that you do, all the hours that you're putting into the video, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 hours that you put into the video, all that is just for the viewer to be able to watch the video and for this experience of watching to be nice. Your client is the first person who sees the video in its final form, how you edited it and how you submitted it to the client. So really, your client has the best judgment of if the video is actually good. And I would just like you to really humble yourself. And sure, there are annoying revisions from clients sometimes. There are these pain in the ass to work with agencies that pay $150 per video. And maybe revisions from them sometimes can be annoying, can be micromanaging, even though still I think you can learn from that experience. But I'm more talking about when you're already past that stage and you're working with actual proper clients for maybe starting at like $250 per video. But the main thing is that this is an actual client and they care about the video that's gonna be uploaded on their YouTube channel. They know their target audience, they know all these intricacies of their niche, and they probably do know what is gonna do better on YouTube. On top of that, revisions, again, are just not fun to do at all. So if they didn't have to do these revisions, they wouldn't do these revisions. Which is why you just need to get out of the mindset of flipping hell. This annoying ass client, again, just hit me with 50 revisions, but let me real quick do them while I'm angry, while I'm not in the mindset of, oh, why did they give me this exact revisions? Let me actually try to understand it and do this exact thing better in the next video. No, you're in the mindset of, oh, this is so annoying. Let me just get this done real quick and submit it to the client for them to upload and for me to get paid. This stops all the learning, and really who you're hurting when you're in this mindset of just being annoyed at revisions or being angry is only yourself. Because look, you put all these hours into the video already, you already did the hard work. Now it's just literally the part of the whole process of editing the video that's the most beneficial to you, the part where you get to learn the most. So from this feedback, from these revisions, you get to pick up on some stuff that you actually might not be the best at right now and that you can improve on. If you just not in the mindset of learning, but in the mindset of thinking how annoying these revisions are, you're gonna disregard basically all this learning potential of yourself. You're just gonna rob yourself of it, and you're gonna be at the same exact place after this video is done. The only difference is you're just gonna be $150 richer, but who cares at the end of the day? The main thing is just you improving so that eventually you can be getting paid not 150 per video, but 1.5K, 10x of that. Some tactics to maximize this learning from clients' revisions even further, I would say, is to work with as many clients as possible, but within your niche that you kind of specialize within. Let's say you're editing talking head finance videos, business videos. Even though all the clients that you're gonna work with are gonna be in this niche, and their videos are gonna be pretty similar to each other. It's gonna be a guy just like I am sitting there and talking about some nerdy business stuff. The way clients produce their videos and the way clients think about their videos, all the intricacies, all the small details, they're gonna differ. And from those small details, you can actually learn a lot. At least that's what happened to me. If you can prioritize, or if you can find people who have experience in content before, maybe honestly even, I think working with a team isn't the worst thing, where it's not an agency, but it's a team of like media production for this channel. Obviously, you're probably not gonna be like the superstar of the team, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna be learning from all the people on the team why they do things a certain way. And these people have experience in content. People who are gonna be giving you revisions, they already have worked with other editors, which is gonna allow you to learn from them even better, just because they already have experience. Besides clients' revisions, honestly, you can be kind of giving revisions to yourself. So a tactic that I really like to do is after you submit the video to the client, they approve the video, they publish the video, a couple days later, just open that video and watch it with a fresh look as a viewer. And what you can even do is maybe you can watch it in Frame, not on YouTube, like on frame.io, and you just note down revisions for yourself that on things that weren't nice as a viewer. That's the main thing. You really need to adopt the viewer's perspective, not the editor's perspective, because editor's perspective is quite different. You rewatch the video hundreds of times by the time it's posted and you're kind of tired of it, which is why as well you need to wait a couple days after it's published and after it's done. Just try not to pay attention to micro details that the editor would care, but try to feel the video and how would it feel if you just saw this for the first time. If you just saw title and the thumbnail of the video, you clicked on it and now you're watching this video. Is it nice to watch? What things can be improved? And as I said, just noting all of that down in Frame is probably the best way to do things, but also you can just kind of take mental notes of it. And trust me, if you're in the mindset of learning, when you're going to be faced with kind of similar situation in the next videos you edit, you're going to correct that mistake that you made before, which is ultimately the goal here. Again, as I said in the beginning, it's not 10,000 hours that you put into something, it's 10,000 corrected errors that you get corrected on and that you improve on. The third tactic I would say is to just change your style up completely. Because what I've been talking throughout this whole video of defaulting to a certain way of things, try doing something different. And this takes, I would say, a lot of willpower and kind of brute force, because it's so much easier to just fall into your habit of how you know how to do something rather than experimenting. And how you can make it easier on yourself is to just find inspiration. Literally people that you look up to, that you really like edits of, you can maybe even go ahead and create like a mood board. You can take screenshots of their work that you really like, or pieces, just small pieces from their work that you would like to implement in your own edits, and then try to adjust the way you do things to that. I would say the more drastic the change from your usual way of doing things, the better. just because, again, it's like working with different clients. You change up your style, and that makes you learn new things because you pick up a thing from here, you pick up a thing from there, and all of these small things that you pick up, they're actually going to be transferable to your main style, to your client work, whatever your kind of main pursuit right now in video editing is. And the last tactic I want to talk about, which honestly might be the most effective when it comes to actually picking up on these errors that you're already doing in your editing and correcting them in order to master video editing eventually, is having other people do revisions, but it doesn't have to be your client. Because if you can have other editors, it can be your friends or it can be someone else that are gonna do the same for your video, that is gonna be even better because those editors, they're gonna be looking from the video from the viewer's perspective, but also since they are editors themselves, they're gonna be looking at it from the editor's perspective as well, which is why it's going to be even more helpful to you because they're going to be able, they aren't just going to give you a maybe vague feedback like a client would sometimes where this part of the video feels a bit off. They're going to notice that it's off from the viewer's perspective, but then from the editor's perspective, they're going to give you the actionable steps to actually fix it. So change this up, cut not on this frame, but on that frame. And you know, the issue is going to be fixed, which is perfect. So how you do this is, first of all, as I said, your editor friends. Personally, what I found is it's not really going to work with strangers. If you message some guy and say like, yo, can you review my edit? I'm going to review your edit. It's not really going to work out. You probably already need to be friends with the person so that, you know, it's not a burden for them to review the video. They actually want to help you out because you're their friend. Or you can have someone like me to review your videos. So I run a coaching program for video editors that, you know, if you watch this entire video and you found it valuable, you actually might be interested in that. So the point of the coaching program is to help video editors get to 5 to 10K per month. And if you're already at around 1K per month and you would obviously like to scale further and you would like to work with me one-on-one and have me review your edits, and not only that, get a bunch of other stuff as well, then go and book a call with me using the first link in the description. But if you're not interested in that, then that's totally fine. I still hope that you got lots of value from this video, and I'll see you in the next one.